What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the McFarlane Toys Dark Knight's Death Metal Robin King. And so here we have the Robin King pose and out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually run through his accessories really fast. Robin King does come with 2 pairs of hands. We do get a pair of clawing hands. We get a left fist hand, and then we get a right grip hand. Robin also comes with the Build-A-Figure piece for the Darkfather figure. He comes with the main torso, which we'll have a better look at when he's all put together. And then his final accessory is a McFarlane display stand. Other than that, the Robin King doesn't come with anything else, so let's actually move on to his details. And so here we have a closer look at the Robin King, and I think McFarlane has done a really good job with this figure. Now, having a look at the head, I really do like this head sculpt. I know a lot of people are kind of getting sick and tired of the infected / Joker heads, but you know what? No other company has given us these figures, so I don't see why people are upset. If you want a classic costume, there's other versions of the figure. We have never gotten a Robin King in figure form, and that's something I'm really excited about. So, having a look at the Robin King here, I really do like the mask and the facial expression that he has on him right here. I love the yellow teeth. They look really nice, and then his mouth looks really good. Really great detail right there. Something to also note about this figure is he is wearing a crown here. Now, it is supposed to be like a crown of thorns, and it does look good. It's made of a soft plastic, so you don't have to worry about it breaking, which I really do like that. I like the fact that McFarlane uses soft plastic for things like this. And then one thing to look at is his little helmet here is made of chainmail, and it actually looks like it's full-on chains. It's not like links of chainmail. It looks like he's wearing chains on his head, so I really do like that. Having a look at his cape, he has this attachment right here on his shoulders, and this looks really nice. I love the greens and the purples on it. Just the base green with the purple highlights does a lot to bring out the detailing of this figure. The feathers look really nice, and as you can see, they do have some sculpt work on them. So McFarlane has done a really good job sculpting this figure. I really like the texturing on the cape. It looks like a fabric cape, even though it's made of plastic, and it has wrinkles like you would expect an actual cape to wrinkle up it like. So yeah, this cape is detailed inside and out, and I really do enjoy that. It does hang off a little far from his body. I would have liked it if it hung like that, but you can see it does hang pretty far. If it would hung a little closer to his body, it would look a little bit nicer, but the way it is, it does make standing him a little bit of an issue, because all this makes him a little bit back heavy. You can get him to stand straight up like so, and he stands up pretty well. It's just a matter of getting him balanced properly. So taking a main look at his torso, we have seen this torso before. This figure is like 85% reuse of the Rebirth Robin figure, which we've already had a look at, and I really like that torso, and they did a really good job incorporating that into the Robin King here. You can see he still has the yellow going up and down his costume. We have the low notches that is signature of Robin, but then we also do have these buckles that we saw with the Rebirth Robin. I believe his shoulders up to his elbow is also reuse. We get completely new gauntlets here, and just look at how gnarly those look. They almost look plant-like, vegetative. Yeah, those look really, really good. I am really happy that McFarlane did resculpt the hands and gauntlets for Robin King. But yeah, his little tunic here is the same that we saw with the Rebirth Robin. Not much of it has changed. Even the belt is 100% reuse, which is a little strange, especially when you get a look at his belt, how he has the sculpted detail. But then we have a circle right here, which that doesn't quite make sense. Don't know why it's like that, but it is what it is. And then having a look at this, from, I want to say, the thigh down to the calf is reuse. Yeah, because this is just a single bend, and we still have that really nice panel detailing right there, followed by the texture differences. But then we get onto his boots, and this is where his boots differ. He has completely new boots, where we had the Rebirth Robin with the laces right here. He has straps going along the top, and they did a really good job sculpting it. His boots look like worn leather. If you were to throw like a lighter wash on that, I think that would look so good. Just look at the detailing on it. There's so much detailing on this figure. It's impressive. Even though it is some reuse, there's some new things here that make this figure pop, especially the laces here. Like I said, if you were to throw a little bit of wash on this, like a lighter brown, this would look so much nicer. And then we go on to his boots, where he has unique boots as well. He has the straps going along his top part of his boot right here, and then we have the main sole right here looking really good. And then of course we do have peg holes. No treads on the bottom of his shoes, unfortunately, but that's something I can live without. Overall, this is still an impressive looking figure, and despite the reuse, they did a really good job making him look different from Robin, and gotta give McFarlane props on that. He looks so much different than Robin, and that's a good thing. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get him posed and compare to other figures you may have in your collection. And so here we have the Robin King posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have the Robin King posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. Here we have Robin King posed next to a Lightning Collection White Ranger and a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. Here we have the Robin King posed next to the Batman Who Laughs and the Crow Robins. And finally, here we do have the Robin King posed next to the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Robin. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually have a look at his articulation. Now, Robin King does have the same issues that you would have with the original Robin figure. If you weren't a fan of the articulation on that figure, you're not going to be a fan of this figure. He does have a ball joint in the head, but because of his headgear here, he really can't look up or down all too well. He can turn to the side really nicely, and we do get some slight head tilt, but his head is virtually just left and right movement, unfortunately. You can get some downward mobility, but it seems to want to pop back up, so I really don't want to force that. His arms do go out to the side, no problem. They would do a full 360, but they are hindered by his, I don't want to call this a cape, but these feathers right here, they do limit his articulation, so that he only goes up and back, out to the side really nicely. He does have a swivel up high in the bicep. He has a single bend at the elbow with no rotation. Then we do have a ball hinge here at the wrist, which does move up and down. You can rotate that joint to go in and out, and then we do swivel on that peg. Now he does have the same setup that we saw with the original Robin, where he has a hinge right here, which does work really nicely. As you can see, he can crunch forward, but because this is a soft rubber overlay, he really doesn't hold the pose all too well. You can see I can get him down to right there, but he wants to crunch back up, and same thing going back. I think he crunches back better than he crunches forward. And then do we have side? Yes, we do have side to side pivot, which, oh, I just popped his leg off. But yeah, he does have side to side pivot right here. And as you can see, he does have ball joints here at the, not at the shoulder, but at the hips, if I can just pop that back into place, which do let him go out to about right there, but the tunic does get in the way. Legs do kick forward to about right there. They do go back. We do have somewhat of a swivel on that ball joint, but it's nothing too spectacular. No thigh swivel right here. He only has a single bend at the knee, giving us a little less than 90 degrees, but he has this really awkward bend to his shin. I'm not complaining because Robin King is an awkward looking character. And then we have a ball hinge here at the foot going back and forth. Then we can rotate that joint to have true rocker ankle, which looks really nice. Then we have forward facing pin, so we can have rocker ankle there as well. And the hinge works beautifully. Then we have a toe hinge, which goes to about right there. So overall, Robin King here has some pretty good articulation. Some of it is hindered just based on his design, and that is unfortunate. And I kind of wish that McFarlane had redid this figure to have double joints in the arms and knees. But unfortunately, it's not the case. So unfortunately, Robin King here suffers the same problems that we saw with the original Robin figure. If anything, he has a little more hindrance because of this feather mane he has going on. But with that being said, guys, let's get him posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the Robin King pose for my final thoughts. And overall, I think McFarlane has done a really great job with this figure. Despite the fact he does have reuse from the Rebirth Robin, I still think this is a really solid figure to have in your collection, especially if you're a fan of the Death Metal series. Now, like I said, other companies have done the classic costume for Robin, and if you're expecting McFarlane to do the classic version, you might have to wait a while to get a classic Robin. As far as I'm concerned, the fact that we're getting figures of characters we have never had figures of before really does show that McFarlane is dedicated to this line. I know a lot of people would prefer having the classic costumes, but other companies have done the classic costumes, and sometimes better. And if you want to get those figures, you can. And one thing I really do like about McFarlane is that he is taking a risk doing the Death Metal and the Dark Knights Metal. That's a huge risk that he took, and I'm actually excited for it because I'm a fan of the Death Metal and Metal, and having the Robin King in hand is a really nice touch, and I really like the detailing on him. Robin King here is the first figure of the Darkfather Build-A-Figure series, so if you want to collect and connect the Darkfather figure, you do need the Robin King because he comes with the main torso, and that's kind of important if you want to complete the Darkfather. So if you are looking for Robin, he is starting to hit stores at the time I'm making this video, and he will run you about $25. Now, I got mine for $19.99 off Target's website, which I was honestly surprised they didn't cancel my order because I did get this on a sale pre-order, and really thankful that Target didn't cancel it and gave it to me for the $19.99. If you can get this guy on a sale and you really want the Robin King, I really recommend you pick him up. His detailing is phenomenal, the paint apps look good, and he's a really cool character to have in your collection. So with that being said, guys, I'm King of Dragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as all my other DC Multiverse videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you'd like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it's in my collection, I'll gladly have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.